time? Fine. So in the earlier classes, we were discussing about the defects in the images that occurred due to the presence of two or more wavelengths in the incident light are due to the spherical nature of the lens, which we were naming it as the concept of aberrations. So after dealing with the concepts of aberration, now we are going to discuss one more concept which is a little well known to you, I hope, the concept of defects of vision, which you are familiar as long sight or short sight, long sight and short sight. So on connecting with all these concepts, we are going to discuss both conceptually and mathematically coming to the comparative part. Apart from that, before entering into the concepts of defects of vision, you need to learn a little more basic terminology connecting with the visual phenomena of the eye. So in that, the first point is, you see, when we are going to look at the things, sometimes we find the objects which are a little bigger in size with our naked eye, not through any mirror or something else. For example, you are going to look at the buildings or the trees which are far away from you. They appear small in size too. If you are going to look at the board or if you are going to look at the racks which are close to you, then you can find them little bigger in size. Even the trees which are close to you appears taller. But when the same tree is far away from you and you are going to look at that, which appears smaller in size. So it's all about the size of the image matters even when we are looking through our naked eye. I'm not going to look into the mirror or something else to say which is diminished or magnified because of the mirror or maybe because of the lens, which we learned already. Due to the reflection of mirror or due to the refraction through lenses, we can find the images either magnified or diminished in manner. But even though when I am going to look at the objects just through my naked eye, I can find either magnified or diminished images. That's all because of the nature of my eye lens and because of the concept of visual angle or angle of vision. Let me explain in detail. Our eye is supposed to be having a convex lens in its structure. Here is your eye lens, which is convex in nature. And here is your retina, where the light rays are going to strike to cause the sense of vision. Let us imagine a principal axis in this way. Now here is an extended object, which is A. The light rays coming from the object are entering into the eye through the eye lens. This is one. Of course, this is another you can check, which is passing through optic center, goes without any deviation. And here this will be deviated. It is parallel to the principal axis, that can be deviated to meet over here. And this light ray goes by passing through optic center, if you are supposing. Ultimately, this will be the formation of image. So approximately you can suppose here it is A dash, B dash will be the image. So this will be the size of the image. Of course here, your object AB is going to make some angle at your eye. Of course you suppose it as theta. Here is the distance of object from eye. Here it is. Here it is the height of the object. If theta is angle made by the object at your eye, then tan theta equal to opposite side h by x side. Of course, here also this will be theta. This will be size of the image. This will be distance of retina from eye lens. You can write even tan theta equal to, here is size of object, here is size of image by distance of the retina from eye lens, which is fixed. Let's suppose it as capital D. Capital D is the distance from eye lens to the retina, which is fixed. You can change the small t, but you can't change the capital T. So tan theta can be written as size of the object by object distance or size of the image by this distance. You can write it in any manner. But when you are going to deal with this concept on combining these two, size of the object by object distance equal to size of the image by image distance. Then size of the image can be written as h0 by d into d. In this, d constant, distance of the retina from eyelets, size of the object, I have given one object to you, like a small plant or like a metal rod, I have given one object. So for the given object, this is constant. So size of the image can be very inversely to distance of object. For the given object, I have given certain metal rod having some length. The metal rod can be placed close to your eyelets or maybe away from your eyelets. Small d can be changed, which is object distance. For the same object, as you are changing the distance of object from the eyelets, the size of the metal rod do not change. But how it appears to you, which is the size of the image, will change. Size of the image can change on the retina as inversely proportional to object distance. Means if you are taking the object away from eyelets, the size of the image gets reduced. If you are taking the object close to the eyelets, the size of the image will increase. This is all about the size of the image matters to you as per the object position. So the conclusions are first, angle of vision. This is the angle made by your object at your eye. Here A and B are the terminal points of your object, make an angle theta. Suppose for example, here is your object AB, here is your eye, and here this is the angle made by the object at your eye. If AB is object, this will be angle of vision. Of course, in this diagrammatic representation, my object is AB. These are the terminal points. Here is angle of vision. If your object is placed symmetrically about the axis, object is placed symmetrically, then this is AB. This is the angle of vision. So the terminals of the object makes an angle at your eye, which is angle of vision or visual angle. That can be decided as the distance of object from the eyelets. If greater the distance of object from the eyelets, lesser the angle of vision. If lesser the object distance from the eyelets, greater the angle of vision. So my conclusion is the size of the image that is seen by us, or whatever the size that appears to you when you are going to look at an object, it all according to the angle of vision, the visual angle made by the object at your eye, which vary according to the object distance. If greater the angle of vision, you can find the object larger in size. Lesser the angle of vision, lesser in size for the given object position. This is what we understand. This angle of vision can be increased when object distance gets decreased. So as long as the object comes close to eyelets, hope you are following. As long as your object comes close to eyelets, distance of object D is going to decrease. So that the visual angle theta is going to increase. So that the image appears bigger in size. But at the same time there is a problem. There is a little practical problem. As long as object coming close to your eyes, image appears bigger in size, that's okay. Because the angle of vision increases. But the point here, what we need to understand here is the visual angle that is perceived by the eye has a limit. As long as you are taking object close to the eye, as long as the angle of vision gradually increases, your eye lens will not be able to have that resolution. The eye lens will have a limited resolution. What does it mean? Resolution means what? See, when you are going to look at this object AB, you can see both the terminal points A and B. Then you can explain like this also. Both are same. Here it is placed symmetrically to axis. Here it is placed above the axis. That's all. Angle made by the terminals of the object at your eye lens is angle of vision or visual angle. So this visual angle, it has a limited value for the eye lens, because the eye lens will be able to look at the both the terminal points simultaneously. I mean, my eye can identify the whole length of the object comfortably as long as the angle of resolution is less than 6 degrees. Once if it is more than that, my eye lens will not be able to identify both the ends of the object. That's the reason why you see, if you are going to look at a piece of chalk at a distance from you, yes, you are able to see the whole piece of chalk comfortably, the total length of the piece of the chalk. I mean, both the terminals you are able to see. Piece of chalk has come a little close. Yes, still you are able to see. It comes a little close. Yes, maybe you are able to see. But when it comes a little more close to you, if you are going to look at upper portion of piece of chalk, you may miss the lower portion. If you are going to look at the lower portion of the piece of chalk, you will miss the upper portion. Means simultaneously you will not be able to see the whole length of the object, because when the object coming close to you, the visual angle gradually increases, but the eye has a limited resolution capacity. More than a particular angle, your eye will not be able to have such a resolution. So that even not only piece of chalk, you take a long scale, keep it away, you can see the entire scale comfortable. But as long as the skin is coming close to your eye, you try. As long as the skin coming close to your eye, if you are going to look at the upper portion, you will miss the lower portion. If you are going to look at the lower portion, you will miss the upper portion. This is what you can identify with this. This is all about the concept of angle of vision or visual angle, and the phenomena why the image appears bigger in size or smaller in size, even though we are going to see through our neck. This is all one concept. Now we are going to discuss a little different visual phenomena that involves with our eye lens. Once look at this. What we have discussed in the earlier point regarding the visual phenomena with our eye lens, which makes us to find the objects bigger in size or larger in size, even though we are going to identify them with our naked eye. But now the point is all about the concept of least distance of vision. To learn this point, let us have a small discussion. Here is our eye lens, which is supposed to be having a convex lens, and here is the retina where light rays are going to be focused just at a screen. Whenever the light rays enter into the eye lens and refracting them, striking the retina, then we are having sense of vision. Of course, we have learned a little more regarding the biological explanation that exists with the eye lens. I am not talking about all about that. I am talking about the physical analysis that involves with the properties of light that I am going to handle with the concept of eye. Now, while dealing with this concept, usually when we are expecting our eye lens is supposed to be convex in nature, and here there is an object placed in front of eye lens. Here is an object. Of course, let me take it as an object to distance. Here it is. This is object to distance. Of course, this will be image distance, which is the distance from eye lens to the retina will be the image distance. Now, whenever the object is at a distance some 40 cm in front of me, I will be able to see the image. because the light rays that are coming from object refracting to it and are focusing onto my retina. Then I have sense of vision. Yes. So I repeat once. You are having a comfortable sense of vision means the light rays coming from the object entering into your eye, refracting through your eye lens and falling on your retina. Then only you have a comfortable sense of vision of that particular object. Suppose your object is taken from 40 to 60. Of course, as the distance increases, angle of vision decreases, you may find the object smaller in size, but still you can see comfortably. If the object has not to 8 cm, yes, still we can see. When we are with a healthy eye, when there are no problems that exist with our visual phenomena of eye, treated as a healthy eye, then to what distance you can take your object, you know, to an infinite distance, maybe 200 centimeters, maybe to 200 meters, maybe to 300 meters you can take an object so that I have a clear vision as long as the light is coming from the object reaching my eye. You may say that, sir, if the object, I am healthy, I don't have any errors, I don't have any defects, sight errors, but still I am unable to see the object which is far away from me. It doesn't mean that you have the problem. It means whatever the light rays that are coming from longer distances are going to vanish with their intensities while coming to you. So you may not be able to see the clear intense image of the particular object. But theoretically, when we are saying a healthy eye will be able to look at the object even it is 100 meters, 200 meters or 300 meters and so on. But here is only a question to be raised in our mind. The point is, my eye is treated to be having a convex lens, having particular focal length. Focal length. As the objective distance in front of the lens is something, then here this is the image distance we discussed. Distance from eye lens to retina, where image is going to be focused. Then some focal length. Good. So lens formula 1 by v minus 1 by u equal to 1 by f, which is the lens formula. So for a particular objective distance, as here is the image distance, I can define focal length to my lens, I mean to my eye lens. But practically what is happening? Even though your object is some 300 meters away, which is different from this object distance, still your image distance remains same when you are with a healthy eye. Even though my object goes to some 400 meters in front of eye lens, still I am able to see that. Means my image distance remains v only. So even though object distance from your eye lens is going to change, the image distance is going to remain same. Then what does it mean according to lens formula? Even though object distance remains changing continuously, but the image distance remains same, means for any object position in front of eye lens, your eye is able to capture image on your retina which act like a screen for any object position. This is possible only obviously when its focal length is changing continuously. Am I right? Have you got clarity? Usually, in the case of lenses, what we have learned, when you have been given a lens whose focal length is constant, if object position is going to change, so that image position is going to change. But here, what is the point? For my eye lens, the distance of image, which is the distance between eye lens and retina, is always fixed. If I am going to look at an object, the image should be captured on the screen which is retina. So image distance is fixed. But whatever the object distance in front of my eye, I am able to see. I am able to capture the image on the screen. I mean my eye is able to capture image on the screen. This is only possible when the focal length of your eye lens is changing continuously. So coming to conclude, this ability of eye lens to adjust its focal length, whether it is increasing or decreasing, we will see it. But this eye lens is having ability to adjust its focal focal length so that to capture the image always on retina is defined as power of accommodation. Power of accommodation. The ability of eyelids to capture the image on the retina on adjusting its focal length, whatever the object distance in front of eyes, which was introduced as power of accommodation. So this is what introduction to the basic point. Apart from visual angle concept and all, the point what you need to learn about power of accommodation. Now we come to discuss about the concept of least distance of vision. Once 1 minute you just go through it. So now let's look at this. After dealing with this power of accommodation, what I am going to conclude here is a healthy eye can look at the object even which is at infinite distance. In that case, whenever you are writing, object distance tends to infinite. According to lens formula, you have learned already. Image distance equal to focal length, which is the distance from eye lens to retina. Of course, you were supposed earlier it is capital D. You can treat it as capital D, which is fixed. But the point what you need to understand here is this is the maximum distance that a healthy eye can look at an object. Maximum, which is infinite. And at the same time, if the object is coming close to your eyelids, still you have the sense of vision with your healthy eye. But I told you earlier, as long as the object is coming close to your eye, the angle of vision gradually increases. Still you are able to see the object, but a portion of the object can be seen. But what will happen here only what you need to understand. As long as your object is coming close to your eyelids will get a strain. Because the point it is, what you need to understand, when the object distance is getting decreased, then usually image distance will increase. Usually. But here image distance remains fixed, then focal length has to get reduced. So in the process of reducing its focal length, eyelids will go for strain, means it will contract. So I repeat, as long as the object coming close to your eyelids will go for contraction. See, this is the position of your eyelids at one time. If the object coming close to your eyelids, here the eyelids will contract like this. Still eyelids coming close to your eye, then eyelids will contract like this. So as long as the object coming close to your eyelids, the eyelids will go for contracting stage. Contraction of eyelids actually. Then this is stretching of eyelids. Expansion or stretching. This happens when the object coming close to the eyelids, which will be contracting stage. If it is object is moving away from eyelids, it will be in the stretching stage. Here, your eyelids gets strained. This is a strained stage of eyelids, but this is a comfortable or relaxed stage of eyelids. That is the reason why the distance up to where the object has to maintain to have a clear vision vary from one person to another person. But on an average, for the comfortable vision of eye without a more strain, it was concluded that the object need to maintain at least a distance of 25 centimeters to have a comfortable vision. This 25 centimeters was introduced as least distance of vision. Least distance of vision means the minimum distance the object has to maintain to have a clear, comfortable vision is the least distance of vision, which is 25 centimeters for healthy. I am not talking about a healthy eye. If the eye has some errors, side effects, we will discuss later. So a healthy eye can look at the objects which are even at infinite distance. So I conclude the maximum distance that a healthy eye can look at an object is infinite. But the minimum distance the object has to maintain so that the observer can have a clear, comfortable vision is a 25 centimeter, which is least distance of vision. Here itself I am going to introduce 2 points to you. One is a far point. Are you listening? Are you following? Another one it is a near point. Here is the time to introduce these 2 points to you. Far point and near point. Far point is the maximum distance up to where I can see an object is far point. I told you healthy eye can look at the objects which are at infinite, means that the maximum distance I can't define. If I have a healthy eye without any errors or side defects, I can see object at 200 meters, I can see object at 400 meters, I can see the object even at 500 meters. So to what maximum distance I can have a clear vision with a healthy eye cannot be defined. Can be 300, 500, 700, 800. That's the reason why for a healthy eye, far point tends to infinite. So I come to what is a far point? The maximum distance up to where an observer can look at an object is far point. The maximum distance up to where the observer can have a clear vision of the object is far point. I mean my far point. Then what is near point? The minimum distance of the object has to maintain to have a clear vision for the observer is the near point for the observer. So usually for a healthy eye, that the minimum distance nothing but least distance of vision, which is 25 centimeters. So for a healthy eye, I am writing here, for a healthy eye, far point tends to infinite, near point will be 25 centimeter. This is what you need to understand about far point and near point. If you have understood those 2 points, far point, near point concept, then you can come across the concept of defects of vision. So just before I tell you the concept of defects of vision, once again I am going to repeat the concept of power of accommodation. An eyelens will be able to adjust its focal length either on contracting or on stretching. It will be able to adjust its focal length to obtain the particular image on retina, whatever the object is. Such ability of eyelens to adjust its focal length either on contracting or on stretching to capture image of the object on retina is called power of accommodation. As long as the object coming close to eyelens, your eyelens will stretch out, so focal length will be less. As long as the eyelens is going to stretch, then focal length will be more. So ultimately what you can see, when the object is far away from your eyelens, you will be in the comfortable state. That's why you feel comfortable to look at the objects which are far away from you. You feel strained to look at the objects which are close to you. Keep your eyes close to your eye and look at them. You feel more strained. Your eye feel more strained. Your focal length is less because it has gone for contact resistance. But when you are going to look at the objects which are far away from you, you feel comfortable. Your eyelids has gone for stretched position, relaxed position, where focal length will be more. That's the reason why. In the case of the healthy eye, when the object is far away at infinite distance, you feel comfortable with more focal length. So eyelids will have maximum focal length, when the object is far away from you. Minimum focal length when the object is at the least distance, which is 25 centimeters. So what you can say, eyelids will have maximum focal length and minimum focal length can be defined for eyelids. For a healthy eye, the focal length will be maximum when the eyelids go for maximum stretched position and the object is at infinite distance. In the case of eyelids, focal length will be minimum when it is gone for stretched position when the object is very close to us. Close to us means least is 20.
So here you can see in the picture the maximum focal length that an eye lens can have is about 2.5 centimeter, and the minimum focal length that an eye lens can have is about 2.27 centimeters. Of course, the focal length of eye lens is maximum when the object at infinite distance, but if its focal length will be minimum when the object at near point, which is all about 25 centimeters. But in both cases, the distance of image will be the distance from eye lens to the retina, which is all about 2.5 centimeters. So you can see the calculation part of finding maximum focal length of eye lens and minimum focal length of eye lens. So this is all for this class. In the next class, we will get back to the concepts of defects of vision.